Hello my friends, welcome or welcome back to my channel. My name is Novella. Today is Sunday and that means Koffee Klatch. Koffee Klatch is a Dutch, Belgian, Flemish, German word even. That means I invite you over for a coffee and we have a little chit chat. In this case it's almost always about books. I've read a couple of books. I've read Elias Grace by Margaret Atwood. I've read Two Sherpas by Sebastián, Martinez, Daniell, translated by Jennifer Croft. And I've read also This Sweet Sickness by Patricia Highsmith. And yeah, and I'm currently reading the Memoirs of Hadrian by Margueritte, Yourcenar, the Belgian-born author. For Classics and Company, of course, it's our first week that we are reading the Memoirs of Hadrian, and it's absolutely wonderful. What an amazing book this is. It was translated by her life partner, and she did a brilliant job. It has a slightly archaic language, and that makes it all the more impressive. It is really, really, really well done. It's blowing me away. It's so dense and thought-provoking and intimate and interesting, and yeah, you learn so much about the era and about Hadrian and Marcus Aurelius and how politics, the world of politics, let's keep it to that. It is absolutely brilliant. I read very slowly because I want to, like a sponge, take in all the beautiful language and the beautiful story and the reflections he has about life in general. It is absolutely brilliant. You can find it in your library, you can find it as an ebook. Come and join us on the Discord, you will love the experience. It's absolutely brilliant. Then another book that I really, really enjoyed was This Sweet Sickness by Patricia Highsmith. This is my second-hand Dutch copy. This is also a very, very good book. Now, this is the story about David Kelsey. David Kelsey is a young scientist and he has a thing for a certain Annabelle. Just a minor detail, Annabelle is married and is pregnant with a child. But he thinks he has the right to write her love letters. Because at one certain point in her life, she said that she loved him. Maybe she meant it brotherly or whatever, but yeah, he took it very seriously. And for him, he loves her, so she must love him too. So actually, this was written in 1960. It's the first stalker novel, I guess. Maybe I'm wrong, but it's an early one at least. And yeah, the more and more you get into his head, the less you like him. And she drags the story a little bit just to force us to really dislike him and to wish him ill in a way. And then suddenly there's a plot twist and it's a huge one. And you feel like, oh my God, oh no. She played with our feelings and with our minds, and it's so well done. So yeah, it's a very, very brilliant and well-crafted novel by Patricia Highsmith. She is, when it comes to psychological thrillers, she is absolutely a master of the genre. I highly recommend it. I loved it. It doesn't feel like it has aged in a way, you know. There are things, of course, that are different now in our times, but still it feels very contemporary and still is very, very fresh. So yeah, I highly recommend it. Then, of course, we finished Elias Grace by Margaret Atwood. Grace is, to me, a master manipulator. To others, it isn't. So that's the fun part about this book, that she can play with our feelings and she can play with the way we perceive people, just like Patricia Highsmith. And yeah, it's everybody sees things differently. We were group reading this Shelley Swearingen, Miss Reads a Lot, Kevin reads, and Daisy, I believe. And yeah, it was a really, or Sonia, Daisy or Sonia, sorry. Anyway, sorry, I'm so bad with names. But we all saw something different, and we just couldn't decide on whether it was unreliable narrator or not. But what's the story? Well, we start with the conviction of a 16-year-old girl. She is convicted for a murder of a mistress, and then there's another boy who is hanged for the same murder. They must have done it together. Although Grace says that she doesn't remember it that way. She doesn't know what she remembers, actually. And she has been in prison for quite some time already. She's in her 20s. And there's a young doctor who has studied in Europe, and he has done a lot of psychoanalysis. And he really wants to examine her and see if she is guilty. If she is guilty, does she feel any remorse? Does she feel any regrets? Does she realize what she has done, if she has done it? And then there's also a young Jeremiah. Jeremiah is a bit of a swindler. We meet him as a salesman that comes from door to door, who sells buttons and all kinds of things for women, brushes and cloth and all sorts of things. And he plays a major role in the second part of the book and changes a bit the way they perceive Grace in a way. But anyway, it's a very, very good book, very well done. It's my second Margaret Atwood book, so it's with a lot of things that we have to put together. It's with excerpts of the trial, with statements, with diary entries, with sort of interviews. It's all sorts of things that we have to put the story together and try to reveal the truth. It is not a gimmick. It doesn't feel as a gimmick for 1 second. I really enjoyed the book. It was really well written, and it was absolutely well done. Then the last book I've read, I just finished it today, is Two Sherpas by Sebastián Martinez Daniell, translated by Jennifer Croft. And so we follow two Sherpas, and it starts with they are looking over an edge, and 10 meters below there's an older English gentleman who thinks he's a mountaineer, or thought he was a mountaineer, and he took a nasty fall. Not even in a dangerous part of the climb to the Mount Everest or another high, let's call it an 8,000 meter mountain. And he lays there with his legs in the Ayurvedic position. And the two men are looking over the side and try to figure out if he's still alive. This is a plotless book. It consists of 100 very short chapters, and there are reflections of the old Sherpa, the young Sherpa. The young Sherpa is also rehearsing to perform in a theatre play by Shakespeare. The old Sherpa thinks about the tourism and how Sherpas perceive the climbers. For them, they are tourists and they will remain tourists no matter how often they have climbed. And it's also it tells also the story of the Sherpas in general, the people. And then it's a very, very interesting, fascinating book, really well written, really well translated. It is a joy to read. I really enjoyed it. It could have been 50 pages shorter. It dragged a bit towards the end, but still, nevertheless, a 4-star read for me. I really enjoyed it, and I recommend it if you like books like about mountaineering and the Himalayas. Very interesting book. The next book that I'm going to read, I think, is this one. I think I will start with this one tonight. The Word for Woman is Wilderness by Abi Andrews. What is it about? Well, a 19-year-old Erin has never been this far from home. From the Midlands to Iceland, Greenland, Newfoundland, on across the entire breadth of the American continent, as Erin's one-woman odyssey leads her towards a lonely cabin in the wilds of Alaska. She charts the changing landscapes of her own mind and reimagines not just a woman's place in society, but humanity's place on planet Earth. It sounds like a really interesting book, so I'm looking forward to reading this. So that's it. That was my Sunday Coffee Klatch. I hope you enjoyed it. What are you reading today, and what are your plans for the next week? Do you have a busy working week ahead of you, or will it be more relaxed? Let me know in the comments. Thank you for watching. Don't forget to like and subscribe, and I see you on Wednesday. Bye-bye.